Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your On-Side Radio E-Report with Toast.
Need to improve at Call of Duty or Valorant? Then you should look into esports gyms. That's right, it's now a real thing for the average person. One just opened in Japan, and with the size of this billion-dollar industry, more will be coming very, very soon. This new esports gym is basically set up like an internet cafe, but with in-person professional coaches to help you with technique, strategy, and overall gameplay. You'll pay a monthly membership fee and then add-on costs for training sessions like a weights gym. Gaming organizations believe these venues will be the best path forward for future pro players to get noticed. Happy gaming.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the On-Side Radio E-Report. Wake up and good morning. Welcome to Toasted Sports.
It's Friday.
Why? You had all week to talk about work. Now it's the weekend, and that means it's
Party time!
The party is just getting started.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
Roger that.
Okay, let's move out. Come on, let's go.
It's showtime.
Here's Toast.
Friday. Oh, baby. Welcome to the show, to the experience. This is Toasted Sports, streaming live on OnSideRadio.com. Available as a podcast, as you know. Be with you for the next 2 hours. Myself, my man Sean Stanley, sitting shotgun.
Yes, sir.
Getting ready for the weekend.
Oh, it's here.
It is here, baby. Gonna be getting on an airplane.
That's right. That's right.
Going to an airport with all the. Listen, I haven't been to an airport in well over a year now.
You haven't been anywhere, right?
Haven't been anywhere, so I will be amongst the people and all the variants and everything at the airport and then on the plane. But I'm all vaxxed out, so I'm good.
You're gonna be people watching, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Are you a people watcher though?
Oh, I love people watching. Yes, absolutely. Love the people watching. I will be doing that. I'm not sure what is. I'm not sure if my flight has permitted middle seat seating yet. If it's just the aisle and the window.
Oh,
so I guess
man.
I guess most airlines were not. I wasn't aware of this. They weren't booking the middle seat.
Oh wow, I was not aware.
So I don't know if
figured
my
they'd still try to sit you there like sardines.
Right. So I don't know if my flight. I know some airlines have started changing that. I'm not sure if my flight is one of those. So I'll find out if I'm going to have that extra.
Well, I hope it's not that way.
I certainly hope there's no one in the middle, because I'm on the aisle, baby. That's where I always am. Is the aisle.
Yeah, you
get
gotta
the
get
window.
that leg room.
I want the
Stretch that
aisle.
right leg out.
Yeah, I want the aisle, man. I want the aisle, and I want to be able to get up. And if I need to go to the bathroom, I don't want to have to ask someone, "Hey, yo, bro," I don't have to wake them up. Yo, bro, move in your legs. I gotta go. I hate that. It's annoying. Annoying.
I wait till they fall asleep and then I do it.
Okay. So we'll see how. I leave tomorrow morning at like 7 o'clock. Get in at like 10:30, and there you go. I'll be hanging out with Mom for basically 36 hours.
Everything's still on course, right?
Everything is on course. She has zero idea this is happening.
That is awesome.
So the plan is that Dad will pick her up at the airport. We'll walk in the door at about 11 a.m. and she'll just lose it, and that'll be perfect. and just spent all day with her and him. And, yeah, man, been a while. Got to see the family, man. Got to see the family. I'm a mama's boy, so must be done. Must be done.
Good deal, man.
You got anything good going on this weekend?
Oh, we got the Inter-Miami game
we do.
Sunday.
We got Inter versus Atlanta, so you'll be working that.
I'll be working that.
All right, doing the broadcast. Of course, you hear the call of that game right here on Onside Radio with Chris Whittingham and Fernando Fiore, correct?
And Thomas Ronkin.
Yeah, and Thomas Ronkin. There you go. All three of them. It's a big weekend for sports in South Florida, man. We've got the Panthers. We'll talk to David Dwork in the 9 o'clock hour. Panthers will have the first of two. This is crazy with the Panthers, dude. So they technically, you get the last two games of the regular season here against Tampa Bay that are basically meaningless. And then they will be playing Tampa Bay in the first round of the playoffs. So you legit could have Panthers versus Lightning 9 times over the next 2 weeks, two and a half weeks.
This is how you make a rivalry.
And they've already played, I believe, 7 times this regular season. Like so. Oh my goodness. So yeah. So it is nothing but Panthers in Tampa Bay for basically until Memorial Day, and then we'll see what happens after that. But man, I gotta ask David, how does that's just? I mean, I guess there's good and bad. You know, obviously there's nothing you're not expecting. You know everything about your opponent, which is cool. So, you know, it's just going to be about who wants it more, I guess. You're not going to be able to game plan to catch someone snoozing or whatever. Both sides,
both
yeah,
teams
you know
by
them
now,
like the backside of your hand.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be about who wants it more.
Yeah, and in hockey, I don't know a lot about hockey, but to me, there's not a lot you can really, like, you can't change up an offense or anything.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of trick plays. You know what I'm saying?
Can't hide the puck.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. A good hide the puck play. That'd be phenomenal. I don't know.
Where's the puck?
Where the hell the puck go? It's just down there. Oh my God! It's in the other net. How the hell did that happen?
What is going on?
It was the
here?
good old hide the puck trick. The Panthers got us again. Yeah, that never happened.
That Quinville guy, he knows everything.
He's got all the tricks in his little bag.
He's been around long enough.
Absolutely. Yeah, he tried that one first back in the Hartford Whalers. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, good stuff. We had chaos yesterday at Hard Rock Stadium. Bro, I don't even know where to begin with this whole clown show. But do we have the audio of Mr. Mayweather or not? Yeah, we'll do that next segment.
Yeah,
Is that better? Okay, all right. So we'll do the audio of that. There was plenty of it. Now that fight is what? It's not this weekend, right? So it's like next weekend.
I think it's still like in June. I think it's
still
June.
in June. All right. Yeah, they always do like the media things like 3-4 weeks in advance. So that was fun. We'll talk about that. Both Paul brothers were in town along with Mayweather, and I don't understand what the hell Mayweather is doing here.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, for him everything. For him everything, and I guess for the Pauls everything as well. Yeah, we'll get into that. There's plenty of stuff to talk about with Rob Parker. We didn't get to this yesterday. Got some audio from him and his podcast with Chris Broussard, and it was in relation to Tim Tebow being signed getting a tryout with the Jacksonville Jaguars and possibly getting a roster spot. And they had some things to say about that I, with all due respect, I couldn't disagree with them more. And I think there was a blatant thing that they're just not seeing. They wanted to go right to race, and they forgot, like, some of the business aspects of things. We'll talk about that. There's also other NFL business, bro. Did you see what's going on with Juwan James in Denver? Wow. This is NFLPA is not happy at all. We'll get into that, but I'll be honest with you. In this situation, I'm kind of on the Broncos side on this one.
Really?
I am. I know that that's harsh and cruel, but when I give you the details, it's kind of like, bro, if I'm the Broncos running a business, yeah, bro, I'm probably doing the same thing.
Yeah, see, I've seen so many different stories. Let me see what. I'll listen to your facts.
Yeah, listen to my facts. Yes,
the toasted facts.
My facts, and my groundbreaking take on that one.
Yes, because I differ from you right now.
All right. It doesn't surprise me. I'm sure many people will. But for me, I kind of try to take the actual humanity out of it.
Yeah,
I just kind of went right with the business aspect of it and try to take out the emotion and the feelings and all that garbage, because it always clouds your judgment. It always gets in the way of
Yeah,
things.
but I heard one thing that changed my whole perception of this, and we'll talk.
All right,
I'll go
all
talk
right.
about it when we go.
So the other huge story yesterday, probably the biggest story yesterday, was Albert Pujols.
Yes.
And so here was my question, because I put this out on Twitter. So this is the last year of that monster 10-year deal he signed when he left the Cardinals. And from the Angels' standpoint, obviously they didn't get what they were looking for out of this. They didn't get the multiple playoff appearances and deep playoff runs and possible World Series when they signed him. They got none of that. Absolutely none of that. His numbers with St. Louis were great. His numbers during his 10 years with the Angels were not anything close to what he was doing in St. Louis. But here's my question, because I'm wondering, preseason, Albert Pujols was asked, because this is the final year of his contract, and he's, 42? And listen, let's be honest, he's been on a down plane on his career for quite a few years now. And if he had come out preseason during spring training and said officially, yeah, you know what? This is it, man. Running it back one last time. This is my curtain call. This is my fond farewell. This is my last tour through Major League Baseball. Would the Angels have still cut his ass? I don't think they would have. But he has not. He has come out on the record and said, I'm not sure what the future holds and what I'm going to do next year. But if you are a certain Hall of Famer and this is your final season, you come out beforehand, this is my my victory tour, if you will, my victory lap around Major League Baseball. Teams would have been giving him gifts. Remember when Derek Jeter went down, retired? Yeah. Big Papi? They got gifts from teams. Like they'd bring them out there before the first
tour.
game of the series, and they'd give them a humidor or whatever.
Yeah, a rocking chair.
Right, exactly.
Like
whatever it was. But they made it into a thing. And you would never cut the dude that's got 622 home runs during his victory tour. Now, granted, I don't feel bad for Albert. His money's guaranteed. He's going to be designated for assignment. Someone else can pick him up, but let's be honest, no one else is going to pick him up. I mean, and that's the thing. It'd be one thing if you knew someone else would pick him up to finish off his victory tour, but no one's going to pick him up.
No, and the thing is, if this was last year, he'd have a lot more opportunity.
Sure, absolutely.
Because the DH not being in the NL is going to hurt him.
So, listen, dude, but even with the DH, he's not doing anything. Like his bat skills, everything, he is a shell of what he used to be. And that's fine. Father Time is undefeated, will continue to be so. But at 42, I just think that, it sucks seeing a Hall of Famer, a certain first ballot Hall of Famer, get cut in his final year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, I don't know. And I just think that
I do think the Angels, though, I heard their press conference. I think they tried to handle it in the best of ways, given the whole
here's
thing
the
about
reality.
being a Hall of Famer.
But here's the thing.
But it came down to business.
Well, but here's the thing. You're the Angels. You're 13-17. You're not doing anything this year. Just like every other year, you're not better than the Astros. You're not better than the Athletics. You're going to be battling with the Mariners and the Rangers for last place in the AL West. So who cares if you're carrying a crap Hall of Fame bat on your roster?
But now's the time to test that young core.
But you don't test
talent.
some unknown kid because you get rid of a Hall of Famer during his final season.
But
like
who's
that's
to say
just
it's his final season, though? That's
well,
what I
that's
think.
that's
where
the whole
the
thing.
problem
Right,
becomes.
that's the whole thing. If he had come out and said this
Yes.
was his final season, there's no way they cut him.
No.
So
I
think
I
Albert,
answered your tweet.
So I
right
think
away.
Albert screwed the boat by not.
Yeah.
No, if Albert wanted that final, bon voyage, he should have said something preseason, and then he wouldn't have gotten cut. Because there's no way. I mean, it's not like they're in contention.
Yeah, you're
It's
not
like
cutting him
they're-
if it's a final
Yeah,
farewell.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're not cutting him because you want to get another bat because you're on the verge of making the playoffs. You're not no. Once again, you pissed away the second half of Albert Pujols' career. You are pissing away all of Mike Trout's career. I mean,
Yeah,
it is criminal what the how badly the Angels have served Mike Trout in terms of giving him a winning club
Is this the
around
same
him.
front office always been? Because I don't really follow the Angels that much.
I
so,
believe
mean,
they've changed GMs. I believe after the Socha managerial change, I believe they changed GMs. But, I mean, it doesn't seem to make a difference.
Changed. I mean,
nothing changes over there. It's just Artie Moreno just keeps throwing money at players. They bring them in, and it doesn't work out. And it is mind-boggling that it is. And, Socha was a very good manager. It's mind-boggling how a team that has the resources that the Angels have could be this bad every year. And they seem to try to be better by being active in free agency and signing players and all this stuff. But, man, they are just a clown show out there. So, oh, well.
It's baseball almost.
It's baseball, baby. It's baseball, baby.
You sign these guys and it doesn't work out.
So, Pujols was batting 198.
I watched his numbers from the Cardinals. They're showing them from the Cardinals to the Angels like you were talking about.
Yep.
Major drop-off.
When you look at the numbers compared to the Cardinals and the Angels, his career average with the Cardinals was 328. With the Angels, 256. Oh. Hit 445 homers with the Cardinals, less than half that, 222 for the Angels. And he won an MVP for the Cardinals, never finished higher than 17th for the Angels. Listen, it was a bad contract when they signed him to it. I think many people were saying, you're going to regret this thing. And they did. They basically regretted every single year of that 10-year, $250. Dude, he got $250 million back in 2011. Like, we got guys now getting 300 or whatever, like getting 100 million more, but that's 10 years later. Like, he was getting $250 million a decade ago.
Yeah.
That is how good and insane Albert Pujols was with the St. Louis Cardinals. He was a monster.
I held on to my memorabilia too long. I had a signed baseball by Albert Pujols.
Oh, bro, he was literally, he will go down as hands down one of the best to ever play during my lifetime.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. He was a blast to watch. Yes. A power-hitting first baseman that just could also hit for average. And, yeah, those Cardinals teams were so damn good. So damn good. Now, he did not get a World Series with them, correct? I gotta look.
Was he on that squad
did he miss,
that went?
Did he just miss the World Series with? I gotta go back and check. I'm not sure if he has a ring. I'm not sure. I don't remember if it was just after they won that he left or just before.
Trying to see it now.
It would probably be on his Wikipedia page. But yeah, man, good run by Albert Pujols. And probably should have come out preseason and said you were going to make it your last run. That way you wouldn't have gotten caught. But, hey, he still gets $30 million guaranteed to him this year, bro.
He did go to 3 World Series with them. 2004,
did he win
2006, 2011. Nothing says World Series winner.
Yeah. There you go. So, well, listen, man. $30 million guaranteed. Regardless of whether you're designated for assignment, that works.
Yeah, he's a 2-time World Series
champion. Oh, he is?
Okay.
Yes. All right.
2006 and 2011.
Okay, he was on the 2011 team.
Yeah, 3-time MVP, 2005, 2008, 2009. NLCS
yeah,
MVP
dude, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is like he will get 90-some-odd% of the vote. He'll be. I mean, there's no debate. He was never labeled with steroids. He missed that and played in that era. Like he is hands down. And I think a lot of folks, me included, were hoping, judged on how he did with St. Louis, that by the end of his career he would have overtaken Barry Bonds for home runs. So we would have had a legitimate home run king and not a roid head up there. But that did not happen because he just the fall off, dude, is just when you look at the numbers between St. Louis and the Angels, man. Talk about paying for years prior when you signed a new contract. Angels paid him for what he did in St. Louis because he didn't come close to replicating it.
Yeah, and also I think California. The Angels, didn't they have to bid against a couple teams? There were a couple teams and they ended up being the highest bidder.
Yeah, right? I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Because I remember there was talk of him coming to Miami or Florida Marlins at the time.
Oh, come on.
Well, no, they weren't nowhere in the talk of the money, but again,
Jeffrey Loria and David Sampson signing Albert Pujols. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Hey, there was talk.
Would have worked out as well as that Stanton one, though.
Yeah,
right?
He
you know
what
I'm saying?
But it probably might have been better for Pujols because he would have moved on.
Oh, yeah, no, he would have been long gone from here, yeah. He would have been long gone with the Marlins paying his salary for another team.
Yeah.
Is what would have happened there, yeah. All right. Got Neary Signs coming up at 8:40. We'll do some entertainment talk. We'll do some more sports talk coming up after this. We've got Big weekend for the Heat starting on Sunday. Marlins are opening up against the Brewers. He got a big one tonight against Minnesota. So also in the Lakers, bro. This could be fun. This could be fun. Oh, the Lakers. We're going to talk all about that coming up next. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
You can join Toasted Sports by text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
WLESPN, broadcasting from a largely empty building. And we do sports.
It's just not local.
Shush, honey.
Why is the building empty?
Because whether it be budget cuts or stupid management, we've fired almost everybody.
Ooh, but we still have our job nice and local.
At least the building is.
We've got your sports.
South Florida's choice for sports talk.
OnSideRadio.com.
Hey, it's Toast, and when I got PGT custom windows and doors installed at my house last year from B&T Windows and Doors, I knew that I was protecting my house when it came to hurricanes. But I was also investing in my house. My value went up. My home insurance cost went down. Yeah, I can now get more for my house when I sell it because I have PGT custom windows and doors installed courtesy of my buddies at B&T Windows and Doors. Just another reason why you should upgrade your house today. Give them a call, 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126, B&T Windows and Doors.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Inter Miami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnSideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
This Mother's Day, Inter Miami are set to take on Eastern Conference opponents Atlanta United at Drive Pink Stadium. There was a press conference held yesterday in which Phil Neville, Edison Ascona, and Rodolfo Pizarro all spoke. We got some team news out of Phil Neville, and he confirmed that both Nico Figal and Robbie Robinson are officially out this Sunday. Therefore, it looks like you'll see the same starting 11 that you saw against Nashville, with Leardom at right back and Jay Chapman on the left wing. We'll see what we can do with Higuain coming back into the lineup as a number 9, and hopefully some goals can be scored.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search OnSide Radio. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
8:25. Second segment, Toasted Sports on this Friday morning. I am Toast. He is Sean Stanley. So there is some stuff going on in the NFL. And we know that this has been going on now. The players have been talking about this for a better part of a month now. There were certain teams that came out and said they did not want to take part in voluntary off-season workouts from a safety standpoint in terms of COVID and all that, and that's fine. You can go ahead and work out on your own. But when you do that, bad things can happen if you hurt yourself while you're working out at a non-designated team facility. And that has happened to former Dolphin Ja'Wuan James, who is now with the Denver Broncos. So what went down was Ja'Wuan signed a 4-year, $51 million deal with the Broncos to go ahead and be their starting tackle back in 2019. He has played a total of 63 snaps for the team since he signed that deal. They were all in 2019. Then he suffered a torn meniscus as well as a torn MCL in separate games that season, and so he was out for the rest of the season. Last year, he chose to opt out of the season, still got paid, and then this year chose to opt out of voluntary team workouts. Remember, the Broncos were one of the first teams to come out, their players, and said, yeah, we're not doing that, and was working out at a non-team facility and ruptured his Achilles tendon and is now out for the season. But because he was working out at a non-team facility, the Broncos now do not have to pay him his $10 million, his salary for this year. They can put him on the non-football injury list, and that has the union losing their minds. So I'll tell you what, kind of on the owner's side on this one. With all due respect to Ja'Wuan, it sucks, bro. I'm sorry that happened, but there's rules. Like, it is clearly, first of all, let me just say, I'm sick of NFL players bitching about the CBA when NFL players don't have a backbone when negotiations happen every time. Okay? You guys always are talking about, we want this, we want that. But when the CBA comes up, you guys give it all away so you can smoke weed. Where was the whole thing? You just re-up for 10 years. Before that, you guys were talking about, we want guaranteed contracts, this and that. All that went away. Why? Because you got weed. I mean, seriously? NFLPA and that collective, the NFL players are the worst when it comes to holding a line during negotiations against the owners. They buckle in the first minute every single time. And that's why their CBA sucks for them. That's why they have no power. They have no guaranteed stuff. And that sucks, but they do it to themselves. How many times do we have to hear NFL players bitching about the CBA when you guys negotiated it? Where's the strike? Where's the holdout? You don't do it because you don't have the balls. Because your membership, for some reason, can't all get on the same page and row in the same direction together when it comes to the CBA. And that's fine, but that's the reason why you're in the situation that you are. So y'all can look in the mirror for this one. But you don't want to go do the voluntary off-season workouts? You're going to go do them on your own? Fine, bro, but if you get hurt and, bro, like, how do you think the Broncos feel? They invest all this money and you opted out last year. And I get that was your right to opt out, fine. But to think that teams are not going to hold that against players blows my mind. Like, I don't understand how you think an NFL team of business is not going to hold that against a player that chose to take all their pay and not play last year. They may not say it publicly because that wouldn't be politically correct. But you don't think the money back. You don't think the Broncos, when they were discussing whether or not we should go ahead and give him his salary this year, you don't think that him opting out last year wasn't brought up? You don't think the fact that he's only played 63 snaps wasn't brought up? I mean, come on, man. This is a business. This is a billion-dollar business. And NFL players treat it like it's not. They treat it like it's a game. And it's not. And these owners know it's not. And they treat it like a business. And they play hardball with you. And as a result, you guys get screwed every single time. And at this stage, I don't feel bad for you because you all do it to yourself. Your union negotiated this deal. And they signed up for it for 10 years. You gave away a decade of negotiating rights, mainly for better health benefits and smoking weed. Okay? Enjoy the weed. Enjoy the crip. Enjoy the bong rips, bro. No, all good.
It's like Omar always says. They kind of sold their soul for what they've got.
I mean, dude, I feel awful for Juwan James. I want Juwan James to get his money. But I 100% understand where the owners are coming from here, Sean. 100%.
I feel also that, as you just discussed, is he's going to get hammered for the fact that he opted out, and he's only played 63 snaps on this contract. This is the way they've kind of – this is falling into the Denver Broncos' lap in a way, and why wouldn't they take
it's a gift
advantage
for them.
of it? The one thing that I seen, and I'm trying to find the report now, was that he was doing the workout that the Broncos sent him.
Yes. 100%.
Even though it wasn't at the facility, he was
100%.
doing the workout that they had sent over to them.
And that's one of the things the NFLPA is pissed about. Yep, 100%. But listen, the NFL said in the NFL said in their statement that there's a reason why you should be working out at the team facility, because you have injury protection if you're doing that, and that's in the CBA. And if you're not going to do that, if you're gonna go ahead and say, no, I don't feel safe coming in there, that's fine. You want to do it on your own, that's fine. We'll tell you what workouts to do. But if you get injured, it's on you. You're on your own. I don't have a problem with that. I know that's cold, but
they've agreed to it. So
that's the whole thing. This was negotiated. This has been negotiated, all of this stuff. This isn't a surprise. You've all known this is the situation. So if you're going to go ahead and work out, not at the team facility, you are taking a risk. You blow out your knee. Listen, if you play a pickup basketball game and you tear your ACL, there you go. I mean, they don't have to pay you. There is an out. These are not guaranteed contracts. This isn't Albert Pujols' contract, where you get it regardless of what happens, even if they don't want you on the team.
And the Broncos can even play more hardball and get $3 million back of a signing bonus.
Yes, they could.
Because now he's out for this season.
Yes, they could. So, I mean, listen, I get that it sucks, but I am legit over NFL players bitching about this, because every single time they bitch about this, the next CBA, and then the next CBA comes along and they crumble, dude. Yeah. They fold. They've been talking about getting at least a portion of contracts more guaranteed for the last 10 years, 50. Oh, we want to be like baseball. We want to be like basketball. But then when it's time to sit at the table, you guys just fold because for some reason, listen, I don't know if it's because players haven't saved enough and they're not prepared to sit out an entire season and miss that money. I don't know what it is.
Well, I know some former players that don't like the what's the head guy? I forgot his name.
Oh, yeah, DeMaurice Smith?
Yes.
Yeah. I got you. Listen, sure, you're not going to like union leadership. DeMaurice Smith. Fine. I'm sure there's plenty of unions that don't like their union head. But the NFL players, I mean, when you guys give in on everything and you never draw a line in the sand. You never say, all right, really, owners, you don't like this? Then we're going to strike. We're going to strike. I mean, do you remember how badly, and many of you may not, but I remember because I was a young kid, but there was a strike in the NFL and they had replacement players.
Yeah, the replacements is that based on that?
Yeah, and bro, it was a clown show. It was awful football, and the fans hated it, and it forced the owners to come to the table and work out a deal because they knew they couldn't do 16 games of that garbage.
Yeah, because nobody was going
to be digging on that. But that was like when I was a kid, dude. Yeah, so that's got to be like 30 years ago. What have you done since then to try to further your CBA? We'll talk to Neri Signs, not about that. We'll get some entertainment stuff, and then there's Toasted News. Then we'll get into the 9 o'clock hour. But, yeah, that's my thoughts on Juwan James. I'm sorry the dude got hurt. That sucks. But NFL players, I'm sorry. You've done this to yourself. You have made your bed. You got to sleep in it.
You've kind of talked me around to it. My whole thing was that he was doing the workout they sent, but I get where you're coming from. And then knowing he only played 63 snaps.
It's just knowing that, I mean, I'm sorry, bro. That sucks, but this is a business, and you got to treat it like a business. And there's contracts, and there's language, and it's all legally binding, and you have to follow that stuff. And if you don't, there's repercussions. And bitching about it after the fact isn't going to get you anywhere with me because it was all signed, sealed, and delivered more than a year ago. You knew these were the rules. So I'm sorry, man. That sucks. Obviously, the Broncos, maybe better for them to go ahead and bite the bullet and pay just so they can attract free agents in the future. There's that side of it, where you could have a reputation of being a team that doesn't care about your players, and then you're not going to attract top-level free agents. But that's another discussion entirely. We'll take a break. This is Toasted Sports on OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody-Ass family. Dr. Moody-Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
WLESPN. We've got all your sports.
We're live and local.
If you wake up early enough.
You're so bad, honey.
Tune us in. As long as you're not under a bridge.
Or under any power line.
Ain't it awful?
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnsideRadio.com. Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
Yesterday, the Dolphins released Bobby McCain and added cornerback Jason McCourty. The Miami Marlins, they sweep the Diamondbacks. Adam Duvall and Miguel Rojas each had a home run. Milwaukee in the town tonight at 7-10. Trevor Rogers, he'll take the mound for the Fish. Your Miami Heat, they welcome the Minnesota Timberwolves to AAA. Tip-off scheduled for 8 o'clock. Florida Panthers, they're back on the ice on Saturday at the BB&T Center as they welcome the Tampa Bay Lightning in for a pair of games to end the regular season, and then they start it all over in the playoffs. This Sunday, don't forget, Inter Miami CF. They welcome the Atlanta United to Drive Pink Stadium. Kick starts at 1 o'clock, which means Big O and Alex Dono, they'll get you started with the Onside Radio pregame show at noon, and that will lead into the call of the game with Chris Whittingham, Thomas Rongen, and Fernando Fiore. You're listening to South Florida's only locally owned sports talk station. This is OnsideRadio.com.
Welcome back to Toasted Sports. To reach out to Toast, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Back to Toasted Sports.
Third segment. Toasted Sports on a Friday morning. 8:40. I am Toast Sean Stanley on the other side of the board as always. And every Friday, like to take a break from all of the sports stuff and bring my buddy Neri Sainz on. local South Florida comedian who you can find at various improvs or once the cruise ships get going again, see him out on a boat sometime. Neri, good morning, bro. How are we?
Good morning, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Have you purchased your Trey Lance jersey yet?
Of course. I mean, that's what I... that's it. That's the future, I guess.
That is your future, yeah. Although he may have to sit a couple years behind Garoppolo, they're saying, so that's good. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is how you manage a game. I mean, that's it. That's what you're gonna learn from Garoppolo. This is how you manage a game. So this is how you hand it off to our running backs. All right, I got it. Thanks. That's good. It's gonna take a couple of years for that. Yeah, man.
The big thing that I saw this week that got me very excited was Marvel. Marvel couldn't take it anymore, and they're like, you know what? We're giving you release dates for the next decade and a half of all of our movies, and that was phenomenal. It made me very happy. Could plan out my next decade.
Yeah, it was pretty weird for a company that's they are historically hush hush, and we're not gonna tell you the release date until it's next week. And they went from that to we're going to give you all the release dates. And I thought that was pretty impressive. I thought it was pretty impressive that we're going to get 3 Marvel movies this year and 3 Marvel movies next year.
Yes. Now looking at that, is there anything on the docket that you were like, oh, this is the one that I'm looking forward to? For me, it's kind of the Eternals.
The Eternals, I got to be honest with you, I have because I'm a comic book guy, but I don't read every comic. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the Eternals is, but it looked really shiny.
Yes, it did.
And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm up for that. Because of WandaVision, I'm more excited now about Doctor Strange.
Well, did you hear about what happened with that he was cut out of that?
Who was cut out of that? So
the final scene of WandaVision, initially it was supposed to be Doctor Strange that came and kind of saved the day, but I guess they shot it, but then they cut it out because they didn't want to have a situation where a male came in and saved them from a female or something like that. I don't know. They didn't like the fact of a white guy flying in saving the day.
Right. Well, I mean, I like the way it ended.
I like the way it ended. Yeah. 100%.
It just when Wanda just took off, and she's like, "Look, I'm a supervillain." That was pretty powerful stuff. So I don't know. I think it would have taken away from the whole thing. So I'm glad I didn't know that, but it sounds about right, and it sounds about right for the reasoning. They're like, we can't have a man saver. That'd be crazy in 2021.
Right.
So
they're writing movies to avoid the PR backlash.
Yeah, I know. It's the weirdest thing. Why can't it just be all inclusive? I don't understand. It's like the Ghostbuster movie a couple years ago.
Yep.
It's gonna be all women. I'm like, can there just be 2 and 2? Why is it gotta be all? I can't.
All or nothing, baby. You got to go all in. Yes. I will say this. I like what they did. They announced that they're now going to be dropping the new episodes for Loki and all their shows on Disney Plus on Wednesdays instead of Fridays. I love that.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a job, so
I got you. Yeah.
Days of the week are a construct, man. It doesn't make a difference what day of the week. I'm home every day, all day. What does it make a difference? People ask me what day of the week is it. I have to look at my phone. I'm like, I don't know what day of the week it is. It's all one long thing.
I'll be honest. I lost track of the days of the week this week. I lost track.
I just, did you watch Invincible like you said you were going to?
I did. I watched the first 2 episodes. Bro.
How great was that?
Okay, so if you guys haven't seen this, Invincible's on Amazon Prime. And it is a cartoon. It's animated, and it's got some great voice actors in there. I mean, what's his name from the lead? J.K. whatever, or whatever his name is. Simmons. There you go. Yeah. J.K. Rowling. But yeah, dude, it is gory, and it's like The Boys. It's like The Boys. It's that anti-hero thing. I love it.
It's very much like The Boys if it was animated. More so because I don't know. It's pretty bad. They're all pretty gruesome, but I didn't expect it, so I didn't know what to expect. So I just thought it was going to be an anime, and then I saw guts and I'm like, oh boy, this is not a.
Well, and and I don't want to go ahead and spoil it or for anyone, but the way they they set up the show. We were watching the show, then all of a sudden you see some credits, and then you see like an add-on scene that had nothing to do with what had just happened and was shocking. And you're like, wait, what the hell's going on? What am I watching?
Yeah. It's pretty great, man.
It is.
I mean, there's only 6 episodes, and but it's pretty good. They announced last week that they got renewed for seasons 2 and 3
simultaneously.
So,
nice.
So I mean, I'm sure it's going to take a year or two to get that, the next season in. But it's fantastic. I mean, animation takes so long.
Right.
And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, they announced season 2. Like, all right, well, I'll see you in 3 years.
All right. So there was one show that I know you've been harping about for friggin' years, and that I've never watched, and you have given me a hard time about this because you've been all in on Cobra Kai for right.
I was there at the very beginning, at the very first time they aired episodes 1 and 2 on YouTube. They aired the first 2 episodes for free. Like, it was one of that YouTube package that you had to buy. They don't have that anymore. So I saw the first 2 episodes, and then I borrowed my friend's login because I wasn't going to pay to see the rest of the show, the rest of the episode. So I've been in from day one. That show, did you start watching it, Friday?
No, I have not, but I was wondering, because if you were that into that one, have you started watching Mighty Ducks yet?
The what? Which one?
The Mighty Ducks.
I mean, that's not the same thing as Cobra. The Mighty Ducks is clearly a kids show. Yes, I've seen it because of the fact that I have kids, and I actually introduced my daughter to the Mighty Ducks franchise because of that show.
Okay.
I had to go back. Like, we had to do homework. Like, if you're gonna watch this show, you gotta watch it from the beginning. And then I showed it. So yeah, but that's not the same thing. You're not comparing. One is a kids show, a clear and obvious kids show, and then the other one is I would say maybe Cobra Kai is a teen show in the sense of 15, 16 and up, because they curse and they whatever, but it's
well, I'm seeing people on Twitter and social media that are our ages that grew up watching Mighty Ducks that think this new show is fun, and these are adults.
I mean, because those are adults that have kids.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
right.
I mean, yeah, I mean it's and again, the Mighty Ducks franchise was always a kids franchise. Mm-hmm. It was always meant for children. It's that we were children at that time. So, yeah. Well, I don't know about the mid. So yeah. So I mean, it's. But the Cobra Kai show it's a show meant for young people, definitely not kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't even say teens. I would say probably 17 and above. But it plays on the nostalgia of something that we loved as children. So that's the difference. It's not the same. You should watch it. Just watch it.
All right. I'll give it a shot.
Stop being the cool guy. You literally told me one time if it would have been good, it would have won awards. That's what you said to me one time, and I was like, oh boy.
Well, it's true. Look at Schitt's Creek, dude. That was great, and it won a whole bunch of awards. If they win awards, they're good shows, Neri.
So you're saying that shows that don't win awards are not good? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying that there's a reason why we have awards in this country, and it's for the best things in life.
Yeah, like Milli Vanilli, that won a Grammy.
You know what? There's always exceptions there, ass. I mean, you want to go back to 1985? Fine, let's go. You're such a dick.
But it's a good show. Man. You should watch it. It's a fun show. I got my wife into it,
yeah.
and she hates the fact that she cares.
Okay.
She's like, this show's stupid. And then I'll put it on, and then, she's not even a Karate Kid fan. And then I'll put it on, and she's like, this show's stupid. Then I'll turn it off after 2 episodes, and she's like, but what happens next?
Oh, God. Is there any way that you can get yourself on the bill and be like the warm-up for the Mayweather-Paul fight here at Hard Rock, like do a little stand-up beforehand?
I don't think they need more of a comedian in there when he's out in the ring.
It's a clown show, man. This thing is.
Yeah.
Would you pay money for this? Would you pay money for this?
No, I wouldn't pay money for anything. First of all, I mean, I don't want to get into the whole social thing about Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
Him,
right,
with his thing. But I wouldn't pay money for anything with Logan or Paul, any of those.
Yeah.
Him and his brother. I wouldn't pay money for any of that stuff. I wouldn't. Here's the thing. I would not pay for the gas that it takes to go to my friend's house who did pay for it. I wouldn't pay for that.
There's no way that I want to be associated with anyone. I'm not going to a viewing party for that fight. I'm not watching that fight. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. $70 on that garbage.
All right, Neary. Any shows coming up? Any gigs happening over the next week?
Yeah, I'm at the Miami Improv this weekend, tonight and tomorrow. I'm at the Miami Improv. So with Tim Dillon, who's a beast.
Okay.
So make sure you guys check that out. Miami Improv. I hope you got your tickets already because the shows are already sold out.
Nice.
But Toast, if you wanted to go, I could probably squeeze you in. You know
what?
Like Goodfellas style. Through the
Oh,
back.
you'll put the table right in the front for me like that? No, that'd be good. That'd be good, dear. That'd be strong.
Strong move, man.
There
Strong
you go.
move.
Well, listen, bro. Have an awesome weekend on the stage, and we will check back in with you next week, bro. Have a great weekend.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too, man. Neary Signs, everybody. Every single Friday, we talk to him here on Toasted Sports just to do some nerd talk, some Marvel talk, and stuff like that. Because I'm a closet nerd like that. We do have Toasted News. That's all coming up next. This is OnSideRadio.com.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with the Radio.net app. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
When you're tired of watching the sun damage your furniture or raise your electric bill, it's time to do what we did here at OnSideRadio.com studio. Call A Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie and Sunrise. A Shade Above Window Fashions has a great selection of blackout shades to choose from. We can almost create a complete blackout for your bedroom or media room. Call them at 954-434-4774. That's 954-434-4774. Love the space you live in. A Shade Above Window Fashion.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
If you missed Omar Kelly and the Miami Dolphins report sponsored by EJDConstruction.com today, you missed this.
If you just say, hey, this young man was on pace to deliver, because at one point going into the Buffalo Bills game, he was the 9th most productive offensive player in the NFL in yards per game. But we're talking about going into the final game of the season. If he would have just had a Buffalo Bills game, he would have been the 10th highest production player in the NFL in games play, yards per game. Now, yeah, you played, 11 games. I don't know, a knee injury.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. Air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Hey, it's Toast, and no doubt last year hurricane season was one of the craziest we've ever seen. Well, Noah's saying once again, going to be another active season. So you need to call B&T Windows and Doors today and get PGT custom windows and doors installed like I did so that you are fully protected. Listen, there's no better peace of mind than PGT custom windows and doors when you're in the cone of death for a Category 5 storm. Call B&T Windows and Doors today to get set up. 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126.
Let's get back to Toasted Sports. You can send a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast. Stories you won't hear anywhere else. This is Toasted News.
Beginning in Charleston, South Carolina, an American Airlines pilot made a flight delay easier to swallow after buying pizza for every passenger on the plane. Rain or shine, our team consistently proves they're the best in the business, an American Airlines spokesman told the newspaper. So here's what happened. American Eagle Flight 4798, which had already departed 40 minutes late, encountered severe thunderstorms while flying from Key West to Charlotte. To circumvent the tumultuous weather, the plane was forced to land in Charleston, where it spent a mind-numbing hour and 22 minutes on the runway. Fortunately, the understanding pilot managed to slice through their cabin fever by ordering pizza for everyone on board. The flight finally touched down in Charlotte a staggering 6 hours after initial takeoff from Key West. And American Airlines saying they're very proud of their partners in cruise. And, bro, that's pretty cool. That's going to get you some good reviews.
He would be my favorite pilot.
100%. I put him right behind Sully. You land a plane on water, you get top billing for me.
Yeah, Sully's got to be the top. Yeah. He's number 2, though. Number 2.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. A heartless crook stole a prosthetic arm belonging to a college baseball pitcher in South Dakota. Parker Hansen's artificial limb was in his unlocked car outside his home when a thief was caught on surveillance camera stealing it early Monday morning. To the person in Sioux Falls last night who felt the need to steal others' property, I hope those prosthetic arms and attachments bring you more use than they brought me, he wrote on his Facebook page. His prosthetic arm and other equipment were inside a tan Nike backpack. The bag was found down the block from his home, but the arm was not inside. Yes, exactly. The arm was specifically designed for him, and because it's missing, he's now using a backup one that doesn't fit as well. But the community has been rallying around him, and hopefully he gets a brand new arm very, very soon. But, bro, how do you steal someone's prosthetic arm?
That'd be the thing. Yep.
Like, just drop it off.
Exactly.
You realize
you left the bag.
Yeah,
leave
the arms too, bro. Come on. All right, we'll wrap up in Arkansas. A woman driving a stolen truck led police on a wild chase and took her clothes off after cops finally stopped the vehicle. This, according to newly released video. The broad daylight pursuit happened after a 911 caller reported that a pickup truck with several loaded guns and a loaded trailer on its back had been stolen in the northwestern city of Lamar. Arkansas State Police spotted the vehicle on Interstate 40 moments later, but the driver refused to stop. The suspect, 48-year-old Deidre Lewis, led cops on a 10-mile chase and intentionally tried to shake the trailer so random objects would fall onto the highway. Police had to use spike strips during the pursuit, forcing the woman to finally pull over. As cops surrounded the vehicle, the incident took a bizarre turn that was captured by a cruiser's dashboard camera. The video shows Lewis stepping out of the truck with only a jacket around her body, another piece of clothing on her head, sunglasses, and shoes. She then took off the jacket and casually walked toward a police car completely naked. "Get on the ground! Get on the ground!" one of the officers at the scene was heard shouting. The video then shows a cop with a long gun in his hands tackling the naked suspect. The camera did not capture the woman on the ground, and it was not clear if she had a weapon in the jacket. She was charged with theft of a motor vehicle, aggravated assault, and possibly, walking around butt-ass naked could be a charge as well. Damn. Dude, imagine being the cop having to tackle a naked woman that's like in her, 48-year-old naked woman. That's just no good.
All the sweatiness.
All the no good. And you know she probably wasn't like 95 pounds. I'm just saying.
Cops have not had a good 2 days on this show, on the news segment.
Not really. We will take a break. We'll talk to David Dwork at 9:20 about the Panthers, but also coming up next, there was some talk with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. I got audio for this. Want to play this for you guys coming up next. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. No, you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Onside Radio. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk. Follow us on social media at Onside Radio.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night.
Perfect. I love my job.
Oak Tree?
Sup?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Miami Lakes location at 15462 Northwest 77th Court, located in the Ryan Oaks Plaza. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Welcome to Toasted Sports.
Everyone gather round.
I should just start at the beginning.
What day of the week is it?
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
What are your plans for the weekend?
Doing absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Sounds exciting. Okay, where was I? End of the week. Friday. Who's ready to party?
Okay, finally.
It's showtime.
Here's Toast.
Hour number 2. Toasted Sports, streaming live on OnsideRadio.com. So I am not a fan of these two gentlemen. Chris Broussard, who was a longtime NBA guy with ESPN, and Rob Parker, who also had a run with ESPN. Chris Broussard, I'm not a big fan of because he just, I don't know. He when he was at ESPN, he would just seem to, beat you over the head with his religion, and it just was annoying to me. Rob Parker is just a slime. That dude has been fired. He's the guy that said RG3 wasn't black enough. He was fired from or suspended from the Detroit Free Press for, making up a story, back in the day. He's just not, whatever. So these guys have a Fox, I believe, has paired them together for a podcast. There you go. Phenomenal. I can assure you I will never listen to it or subscribe to it. However, I saw this clip do some rounds on Twitter the other day, and I listened to it, and I was like, I don't know. I think that both these guys are missing the boat, and this was in terms of Tim Tebow and the tryout that he was given with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I don't understand how a guy who hasn't played in the NFL since 2012, right, 8-9 years now, a guy who just recently quit baseball, said he was pulled away at different directions to do other stuff, and I think it's the ultimate white privilege. This guy has failed in the NFL. He can't play. And the idea, I know he played for Urban Meyer in college. I get that. But so have a lot of other people.
That's probably the reason he got the tryout.
No, but there's so have a lot of other players, Chris.
Not like him.
Who have played.
They didn't do what Tim Tebow did for Urban Meyer.
Yeah, but he won one championship there. Urban Meyer won two. Chris Leak won the other one. He didn't win both of them.
He was great for Urban Meyer.
Where's Chris Leak's tryout as tight end?
All right, so here's the issue. I mean, this is just, you got to be kidding me, bro. So I understand the fact that Tim Tebow is a failed NFL player. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue that he's a failed attempted at a Major League Baseball player. That's fine. Here's what Rob Parker isn't understanding and that he's not wrapping his brain around. This has nothing to do with Tim Tebow making the Jacksonville Jaguars a better football team on the field. Nothing to do with that. Zero. Maybe a little bit to do with his locker room mentality and trying to have that, never quit attitude in the locker room around the young players. I can get that. But let's not make any mistake about why he got a tryout. Tim Tebow in North Florida, if he makes the roster, is good for at least 2,000 season ticket signups. Possibly more. This is business. Tim Tebow moves the needle. This is why the Mets let him toil in their minor leagues for so long, because that minor league team sold more tickets. The only reason they were going to call him up in the September call-ups was because the Mets would be out of it and he would sell tickets. In Jacksonville, he will sell tickets. And with all due respect, he will sell quite possibly. Dude, he will move the needle. You add Tim Tebow and Trevor Lawrence, that is, and Urban Meyer, that trifecta for the season ticket packages, yeah, that's 100%. Jacksonville wants all of that. All of that. It's a business move.
Yeah, no, 100%. Remember, when he came out, a lot of people thought Jacksonville was going to just draft him
yes.
just because he was Tim Tebow. But Denver beat him to the punch.
There was talk that they should have brought him in as the quarterback, because what the hell do you got to lose? Mm-hmm. Like, you'll pack the stadium because they'll love him there. He is a god in North Florida, Rob. He is a god. He is a deity. He walks on water. Like, you ain't... I mean, come on, bro. The dude goes to Indonesia and circumcises children for charity and whatnot. He's married to Miss Universe. Like, the dude moves the needle. It has nothing to do about him performing as a tight end on the field. It's about the fact that if Tebow runs out of the tunnel and sits on the bench all game, that's still worth thousands of season ticket signups.
And plus, a lot of people thought he should have went to tight end, I believe, when he was coming out at draft.
That was the thing. Yeah, that was 100%. That was absolutely a storyline in our narrative for Tim Tebow. They should switch positions and go to tight end, but he was adamant he was not. He was a quarterback, and that's fine. He got his shot at quarterback. He had a decent little run with the Broncos. We saw him have a nice game down here. And then it was over, and he went on to play baseball, and he does the SEC Network stuff, and he's fine, bro. He's fine. But to put this on white privilege? Like, bro. And here, you want to know why Chris Leak didn't get a tryout? Because Chris Leak doesn't move the needle. If the Jacksonville Jaguars sign Chris Leak, they're not going to get one person to buy season tickets as a result of that.
Mom and dad.
Maybe mom and dad. Maybe
well,
mom and dad.
They probably won't buy season tickets.
Right?
They'll just come to games.
I mean, so just to look for any sort of reason to throw the term white privilege out there, like, I mean, come on, man. I get it. I get it. And white privilege is a thing, and it absolutely exists. 100%. I get it. But we don't have to go in. There's enough white privilege out there that we don't need to invent white privilege. Okay? And this had nothing to do with white privilege, bro. This is a coach who had a player that he absolutely adored from college, who they built a statue of out front, put his quote on the friggin' wall of the stadium, and he moves the needle. Moves the needle. So, I mean, if Tim Tebow's on this roster, dude, I bet 2,000 was low. It could be 5,000 season tickets that he's directly responsible for. He moves the needle that much in North Florida.
Especially coming back, too, because people are going to want to see him and see what he can do as a tight end.
Of course.
Oh, and then the long-haired wonder throwing to him.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine?
That locker room is just going to be a bright light. As soon as it opens, it's just a bright light. And Tebow and Lawrence walk out together. Oh,
what if Tebow catches his first touchdown pass?
Oh.
Trevor Lawrence's first touchdown pass. Oh, and Tim Tebow's first touchdown reception comes from.
They are writing the Hallmark Channel story.
It will
of the
be a
week.
Disney Plus movie.
Oh, yeah, you're.
100%. 100%. Oh, yeah. So, I mean,
Lawrence
so listen.
to Tebow.
So that's my thing. I just think that was completely just misrepresented.
It's trying to look for a story.
Well, of course they are. And listen, they got me to talk about it, and that's fine. And so that worked, but it was more just to mention the fact that both those guys are idiots. I'm just not a fan. All right, let's move on to another controversy that busted out yesterday before we get to David Dwork and talk some Panthers hockey. And that is another chapter in the Aaron Rodgers festivities. So now, yesterday, the story shifted from Aaron Rodgers to the man that broke said story on draft day, Mr. Adam Schefter. He was on with the Dan Patrick Show, and So basically, he was asked about why did you release this news on draft day?
So you chose to break the news on draft day.
That is absolutely accurate. Correct.
But it wasn't something that you got information about.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, and there was nothing that morning that came in. All of a sudden said to me, "Yeah, he wants out. You should report this." Like, it was going on all off season.
All right, so here's the issue with what he did there. When he tweeted this out the morning of the draft, that's not what he said. He is revising history right now. What he said in his tweet the morning of the draft was, league and team sources told ESPN on Thursday. So he made it seem like this was all new news that had just been brought to his attention, ESPN's attention, on Thursday about Aaron Rodgers, and that's why he was releasing it.
This guy's good.
He now claims that this is a culmination of lots of different little pieces that he had been receiving over the last number of months trickling out of Green Bay, and he decided to put them all together and drop that tweet hours before the draft.
Oh, he's a genius. He's a genius.
Well, that's one word for it. that's one word for it. I mean, listen, he's very good at his job, but you can see why there might be some folks that are taking a little bit of exception to kind of a gray area, I think. You know, he led everyone to believe that this was breaking news when it absolutely wasn't. Now, I'll be honest, doesn't make a world of difference to me. Because here's the reality. It's all true. You want to know why I know it's true? Because no one has come out and said it's not. No one has come out and said this is all BS. His agent hasn't said this is BS. He can't wait to go back to Green Bay. No one has said a word that none of this is true.
And the team has actually come out and trying to defend against it.
Exactly. So we know that all of this is. You may have an issue with the way in which Adam Schefter delivered all of this information, but as far as I can tell, you can't take a shot at him for any of this information being incorrect. Looks like he nailed all of it. All those little trickles that he got over the last few months it seems like right now, we're all 100% accurate. Now, you got an issue with him holding back on that information and waiting until draft day to drop it all, that's fine. We can have that debate and we can have that discussion. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I understand why some people do, and that's fine, to each his own. But let's talk about the fact that he nailed this. He nailed all this.
The Rodgers camp's got to be involved somehow with this, though.
Oh, absolutely. Listen, dude, Aaron Rodgers loves this.
Yeah, they got to be controlling the narrative a little bit somehow.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers absolutely wanted this all to come out. There's no doubt, and you know that because he hasn't walked any of it back. It has been radio silence from him.
He's letting everybody else do the talking.
He is letting everyone speculate. Yep. He is letting the smoke grow into a small flame, into a fire. He is not doing anything to put it out, to tamp it down. He has not reached out to Green Bay, as far as we know, to have a sit-down with GM Dumbass and try to smooth things over like Russell Wilson did with Schneider and Carroll in Seattle early in the So none of that's happening, which leads us all to believe that all of this is 100% accurate, which is great.
Yep. And he's allowing it to smolder, and everybody just get madder and madder at Green Bay.
So now we have his golfing buddy and former fullback, John Kuhn.
Oh, of course we do.
He came out, and he says he has talked to Rodgers since the news broke last Thursday about his unhappiness with the Packers, and this was his John Kuhn's quote. He's conflicted because this man loves to play the game of football. This man loves to be a Green Bay Packer, and this man truly sees careers. He's watched friends leave. He watched Brett Favre's career toward the end. He's watched all these things play out in front of his eyes. He's taken notes throughout his career. He's seen some situations that didn't feel were done or finished the way that they could or should have. So, listen, bro, Aaron Rodgers is a very smart guy. He, went to Cal. He's not the dumb football jock sort of a person. You know what I'm saying? He's a very, very educated and smart dude. And I guess what, the Kumaro cut last year, the wide receiver, really pissed him off. And Kuhn believes there is somewhere around 70-75% that Aaron Rodgers is a starting quarterback for the Packers this year. He thinks he'll be back. Brett Favre thinks the opposite. Brett Favre thinks it's pretty much 75% chance that Rodgers is out the door.
Unless he can force a trade, I just don't see him retiring. I don't know, man.
Listen, dude, if he retires, then that just shows how much he hates this general manager.
That is very true.
If he will walk away, now granted, he just got married, so whatever, but if he were to walk away, if he actually played that card, because that is the ultimate trump card that he has in his hand, he can just walk away. And it completely leaves the football program, the franchise, in a bad spot. Because now all of a sudden, you've just lost your MVP for nothing. For nothing. Right now, Jordan Love is currently the only quarterback on the roster other than Aaron Rodgers. And so now apparently the Packers have begun exploring quarterbacks they can add to the roster for the upcoming OTAs and training camp. We'll see what happens, bro. But I'm telling you, I think this is resolved by the end of Memorial Day. I think by June 1st, I think we have a resolution to this. I think by that point, we either know that he's not going anywhere or we know where he's going to go. Man, I am praying for the Raiders. I want to see him in the silver and black next year. That'd be great. Oh, that'd be phenomenal.
Imagine they traded with Seattle.
Listen, man, someone floated that. I saw that floated like a week and a half ago. I absolutely did. I mean, it almost solves both those franchises' issues. You get to, you lose the disgruntled quarterback and you replace him with a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, but he's still playing with not many weapons, right? Seattle?
He has more. Yes, DK Metcalf. He has Tyler Lockett. Okay. He has the wide receiver they drafted in the second round this year that many thought could have been a first-round pick. So he's got more weapons in Seattle than he does in Green Bay offensively.
But he's going to get hit more, right?
He doesn't have as good an offensive line, 100%. 100%. So, yeah. Now, granted, they did upgrade the offensive line this year. We'll see if that translates to it really being a better offensive line. On paper, it might be a little bit better, but I don't know, man. It's Seattle, and our offensive line hasn't been good since we traded Robbie Tobeck away years ago for Jimmy Graham. That was just the start of it all. All right, I got to take a break. We got David Dwork coming up next. Panthers wrapping up the season with 2 against Tampa this weekend, and then a series against Tampa. Oh, yes, it's all about the Panthers and the Lightning for the next 5 years. We'll talk to David Dwork all about it coming up next. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with simple radio. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Dunkin' to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
Be BYB Extreme Bare Knuckle Fighting Series presents BYB 5. Saturday, May 15th at the Fair Expo Center at Tamiami Park. Meet Dada 5000. See bare knuckle brawlers fight live in BYB's patented triangle ring. The Trigon. The smallest and most confrontational ring in combat sports. Early action includes slap fights as seen on YouTube. Buy your tickets now at BYBtickets.com for BYB 5. Saturday, May 15th. Doors open at 6 p.m. BYB is proudly sponsored by BMCHam.com. Your choice for gold and silver. BMCHam.com.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
Hey, it's Toast. Last year when I had PGT custom windows and doors installed at my house by B&T Windows and Doors, I knew about the hurricane protection. What I didn't know? The silence. Oh my goodness, my house is so quiet now. One of those cars goes tearing down the street with the crazy loud muffler. Yeah, I don't hear it anymore. It's unbelievable. I didn't realize how noisy my house was beforehand. You've got to get PGT custom windows and doors installed in your pad today. Call B&T Windows and Doors, 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126.
Fish fans, time to reel in the latest news in baseball with OnSideRadio.com's Marlins Minute. Here's Christian Chase.
Last night, the Miami Marlins swept the Arizona Diamondbacks in a 3-1 win. Pablo Lopez took the mound, and although he didn't have his best stuff, was good enough to get out of some jams, and with a really electric night from the bullpen yet again, the Marlins' really solid team ERA continues to go down, allowing only 1 run against the Diamondbacks last night. A Diamondbacks team that has been hitting the cover off the ball up until this series, where they in total only put up 4 runs. And the Marlins are only 2 games back now in the NL East still, and not only is the present bright with their stars like Lewin Diaz, Jesus Sanchez, and even Monte Harrison performing in AAA, and the rest of these picks performing in the minors, the future is bright as well. The Marlins are 3rd in the NL in run differential, only trailing now to the Giants and Dodgers with a +20 differential. They have a few tough series ahead, but this is a huge positive note for a team that was just swept by their division rival, the Washington Nationals.
Keep up with the latest on the Miami Marlins by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Second segment, 9 o'clock hour. Toasted Sports, streaming live on OnSideRadio.com. Getting excited because hockey season, the regular season, is wrapping up, and we've got NHL playoffs coming up. Going to go to the phones right now and talk to the host of Chirping the Cats right here on Onside Radio, David Dwork. Good morning, David. How are we, man?
What up, Toast?
So let's break it all down. We've got 2 regular season games left. Cats hosting the Lightning tonight. And then again, what I believe it is on Sunday?
Monday.
Monday. And then after that, we have a best of 7 game series against the Lightning. So basically, could be 9 games over the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, if Florida doesn't end up sweeping Tampa in the first round of the playoffs, then yeah, of course.
Well, so let me ask you this.
These guys are going to get tired of each other.
Right, so these teams obviously have already played each other, 7 or 8 times this year?
6 so far. There's going to be 7 and 8 this weekend, and then we start all over again.
So now obviously these 2 teams know each other like the back of their own hand. So when you have a situation where teams have played this many games against each other, there's no surprises. Does this favor either one of these teams to you in your mind?
I mean, not really. As you said, and you said it just this Panthers coach Joel Quenneville said, there are no surprises anymore. These teams know each other. They know, you know what everybody's trying to do at this point. Nobody's going to change their style or the way that they're trying to play the game. So, yeah, the familiarity is obviously there. Playing a team 8 times in a shortened season is going to give you a lot of that kind of familiarity. But based on everything that I've seen this season, not just from when Florida plays Tampa, but just Tampa playing in general, they don't look to me like the same team that they've been the last couple of years. They're still winning, and they're still obviously at the top of this, towards the top of the standings with Florida. But I would have been much more concerned playing Tampa either of the last 2 years than I am this year. Now, some of that has to do with Tampa not looking quite as good, which could potentially be attributed to losing 2 of their biggest stars. We'll see how that works in the playoffs if they come back, talking about Stamkos and Kucherov. But also the Panthers have not looked this good maybe ever. We could be seeing the best Florida Panthers team in the franchise's 27, 28 years, whatever it's been. And that counts for something as well. So I'm excited for the playoff series. I think this is something that fans in Florida, whether you're Tampa or the Panthers, have been waiting for a long time, because this is your supposed biggest rivalry, and you finally get to do it in the playoffs. So it should be really fun.
You mentioned surprises, and that Joel Quenneville said there will be no surprises now. One of the big surprises for me over the last, month and a half has been how this team responded after Aaron Ekblad went down. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's something like 14-3 in that span. What was it that what have they been able to do to cover over that absence, and will they be able to continue that during the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to think it wouldn't continue. I think a big part of it was the emergence of Gustav Forsling, who Florida picked up on waivers during training camp. He stepped right into Ekblad's role in that top D pairing with Mackenzie Weegar. And I don't want to say they haven't skipped a beat, because with Ekblad, you had a guy who was, a potential Norris Trophy winner this year that was having an amazing season. Those are nearly impossible skates to fill. But that being said, Forsling stepped right in there with Mackenzie Weegar. They're still playing excellent defensively. They're adding to the offense, and it seems like, the kid gets better and better with every game that he plays. Florida's been very fortunate in that effect, and we talked about it, a couple of times already, Toast, that this team is extremely deep, and it's one of their huge strengths this year, and that, never more was that on display when you lose a guy like Aaron Ekblad for the regular season. Hopefully, they get far enough, he can make a return. We'll see about that. But you remember, they lost Barkov for a little while. They lost Hornquist. Duclair was out. Verhaeghe's been out. I mean, they have missed key players for chunks of the season, and it really hasn't knocked them off at all. So I think it's an attribution to the amazing depth that Bill Zito put together when he constructed this team. And it's also a credit to head coach Joel Quenneville's system, that he knows his team well enough at this point that he can move guys around the lineup. He can lose a guy here or there, but still keep the team humming along.
Obviously, it's been a phenomenal season for the team. But looking at some individuals, and obviously it has been a sketchy past in history for South Florida hockey. But there have been some bright moments from here and there. Pavel Bure, of course, had a couple of phenomenal seasons down here. That said, is Sasha Barkov is he going to be the best player we've ever had play for the Panthers?
Yeah. I'm pretty comfortable saying that at this point. It's been building with Barkov for the last few years, but I feel like this year he's really taken a big step, which you wouldn't even know if that was possible, 6 months ago, because of how much Barkov has improved and how great he's been as a 200-foot player. He can score, at ease. He can defend amazingly. He will definitely be in the Selke Selke Trophy conversation this year. But yeah, Barkov is probably the best player to ever play for the Panthers. And, you've had some amazing players come through here.
Absolutely.
You mentioned Pavel Bure. You had Ovi Jokinen, who's one of the most. Yeah, for sure. But Barkov is just on another planet right now. The way that he's played this year, it's truly amazing. And then when you take into the fact that he's still in his mid-20s and his prime is probably still ahead of him at this point, it's almost like I'm walking on the Yellow Brick Road right now. Like, it's just an amazing feeling to know that your best player is still probably going to get better. He's coming out of his shell. We were talking to Keith Yandel and Jonathan Huberto yesterday. They were saying how Barkov is probably the funniest guy on the team as well, that he's hilarious. And it's just great to see this, this kid who showed up as a teenager that could barely speak the language. He's really coming out of his shell in more ways than one, and it's a pleasure to watch. Panthers fans should just get their popcorn and enjoy having Barkov as their captain for the next, hopefully, they're going to extend him again when his contract runs out in a couple of years, and no reason to think otherwise. Barkov's the kind of good kid that you think, well, maybe he will, have some loyalties. He seems to really like it here. He doesn't have an ego. They really may have hit the jackpot with Barkov, and we're starting to see the fruits of that right now.
Well, and I'm hoping that we can get some local companies and stuff. Like, dude, I want to see him on local commercials. I want to see him pitching products on billboards. Like, he should be as big a star as we have in South Florida for the next 3 to 5 years. He should be everywhere if everything is done right.
Barkov hooked up with the Isotoner glove guys.
There
or
you
whatever,
go. Yes, he's got to be the new Dwayne Wade man in this market. He absolutely does. Let me ask you this. So, speaking of youth, it has been so much fun to watch the emergence of Spencer Knight here over the last few weeks. Obviously, so as we head into the playoffs, what is the deal with Drieger? What is Quenneville's plan for goaltender during the playoffs? I'm guessing Spencer Knight's not going to be included in that, correct? A little too young for this right now?
I mean, Coach Q is doing what he does. He's keeping it open. He's keeping it fluid. He's not closing any doors at this point. I think, ideally, the plan, there's probably, I'm guessing you're going to see Bob start game 1.
Okay.
Drieger's hopefully going to start the season finale on Monday. That's the plan right now. He's been practicing. He looks fine. So barring any, unforeseen issues between now and then, I would expect Drieger to be starting the last game. Bob's going to start tomorrow. When the playoffs roll around, this is my guess. Bob starts game 1.
Yep.
If he does well, he continues. If he doesn't, they plug in Drieger. That's going to be probably how it works unless they both look just so bad, which I don't think is going to happen. But if they both look really bad, you do have a Spencer Knight option that Coach Q is keeping on the table. If either goalie should get tweaked up or hurt, that brings it even more of a possibility. So I don't want to say I wouldn't expect it, because you do want to just hope that the guys that got you there all season are going to be healthy and playing well enough that they're going to perform in the playoffs. But look, at the end of the day, it's a good problem to have, and it's a great insurance policy. And if you look at the other 16 teams or the other 15 teams that are going to be in the playoffs, I'd be hard-pressed to find one that has as deep and as solid of a goaltending threesome that the Panthers do. So, while it could be a little troubling to have to deal with it from a Coach Quenneville perspective, I think anybody would take that as an option heading into the playoffs. The Panthers are in a good spot there.
David, in terms of the organization's view, has Spencer jumped over Sam in terms of the hierarchy for goalie?
You talking about Sam Montembeault?
Yeah, down at AHL.
That's tough to say because Montembeault hasn't really been in the picture all year. He was their AHL goalie, and he actually had an excellent season with the Syracuse Crunch this year. He looked really good in training camp going back to January. So, again, I don't know if that's even a decision that they would or want to make at this point, just because it kind of doesn't really matter right now. Like, I think Spencer Knight's the clear number 3 at this point. Mm-hmm. He's been in a handful of NHL games. Montembeault hasn't played an NHL game in over a year at this point. And again, getting back to my last answer, like, okay, you throw a 4th goalie in there, potentially that could come in and help out. So again, a good problem to have. When next season rolls around, that'll be interesting because Chris Drieger probably going to be gone in free agency. I would definitely anticipate that happening. Somebody's going to throw a lot of money at this guy, and deservedly so. So does Sam Montembeault then become the guy that they want to be the backup next year if they want to give Spencer Knight an AHL year and let him start there? Or do they make it a competition in training camp, perhaps give Spencer Knight a chance to win a backup job or even a starting job? I mean, I think that all options would be on the table. There's no reason not to at this point. All of their goaltenders, but from Bob down to Montembeault, they've all shown that they can play well at the NHL level. So I think that's going to be a big topic that we're going to have to talk about when training camp rolls around. As Panthers, even without Drieger, they're pretty good with goaltending, and they've also got this kid Devin Levi, who was ridiculous last year in juniors, played World Juniors amazingly, setting the world on fire with Spencer Knight at that tournament. So the Panthers have really gotten themselves some amazing depth in the goaltending department.
All right, so as we get ready for the playoffs, obviously the Panthers have been an offensive team all season long, leading the league in shots on goal, top 10 in goals. For me, the Achilles heel for this team, and I think you'll probably agree with me, and it has been all season long, is the penalty kill. Lower half of the league in that, I think down in the 20s. Is that going to be their downfall in the playoffs, or can they tighten that up somehow in the next few days?
I mean, you can definitely tighten up a penalty kill. I think it's a tough thing to aggregate over an entire season just because you play such different competition. And yeah, you are absolutely right that the penalty kill has been a big issue, particularly against like a Carolina.
Yes, Carolina. Oh,
against
God. Vinny Trocheck's killing
Carolina
us.
is ridiculous. Their special teams are So hopefully we'll deal with that problem in a couple of weeks for a second round. But look, the good thing about the penalty kill is the Panthers have some great penalty killing players. Hopefully they can get it together. We got a healthy Noah Chari now. You can throw a Sam Bennett down there if you really need some skill. You've got plenty of guys defensive wise. You got Montour that's been playing there. You got Uyghur that's been playing there. Forsling's in a little bit. They got plenty of options. Hopefully. Yeah, as I'm kind of working it out in my head, because like we said before, Tampa may be getting two of the best scoring players in the league back into their lineup for the playoffs, which you would assume improve their power play. So the variables are going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But I wouldn't say the penalty kill is something that's been such an issue that it could be their detriment and their downfall in the playoffs. I think that they can get it together, put together a good enough penalty kill. At the end of the day, the Panthers have been one of the best 5-on-5 teams in the NHL. Right, they're right there with Carolina.
Yep.
And as long as they can stay out of the box, which it's been an issue, but if they can do that, then they're going to kind of mitigate one of those issues right there. So we'll see how it plays out.
David, after the final two games here tonight and then on Monday, when is that first round scheduled to begin?
I believe the first date that the playoffs can begin is the 15th, and I want to say that's a week from tomorrow.
Okay, so they'll have a little
whether
time.
or not the Panthers get scheduled on the first day, we don't know. I can say Panthers fans probably remember in past years, I'd say the playoffs start on a Thursday. Panthers are usually in like the third day group to get started. And you remember when the bubble playoffs happened, They were like the noon start time because nobody gives a bleep about the Panthers, right?
So they'll basically have a week off.
Yeah, well, and also they're playing Tampa, who's the defending champion in the first round. So you would assume that maybe they're going to get a little bit more of a prime role in the TV, hierarchy of how it's all, lined out or whatever. But I'm guessing probably Saturday or Sunday we'll see the Panthers playoff series against Tampa open up. So a week-ish.
Nice. David, listen, man, thank you so much for giving some time, as always. Really appreciate it. Great stuff, as always. And we'll talk to you once the playoffs get going on, and hopefully we make a little bit of a run here.
Yes, sir. Anytime, man. I'm always down. And now I'm going to go have some for breakfast.
There you go. Very nice. Make sure you butter me up. I'm better that way. David Dwork, everybody from Chirping the Cats. Make sure you tune into that every single weekend here on OnSideRadio.com. We will take a break. This is Toasted Sports. Back after this.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with Simple Radio. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody Ass family. Dr. Moody Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
If you missed NBA insider Ira Winderman and the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report, you missed this.
But you know what? I'm a little afraid because I looked at the Heat's projected starting lineup, and I am at shooting guard tonight. So I'm a little bit worried about the Heat's chances all of a sudden. I got to tell you, it's crazy. I had fun with that. I think that's what you have to do, especially now that we're doing our post-game interviews on Zoom. So there's not that personal connection. And yet you see all the aggregators. Butler takes on smart-ass Heat reporter. Reporter put in his place. It's like, and I was showing it. I went to the Panthers game with my son yesterday, and I was getting my Google alerts. And it was over and over over and over again. And I'm like, wow. Like this, the smallest little thing and what it becomes.
The Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report with NBA insider Ira Winderman, exclusively at OnSideRadio.com. Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends. Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
Yesterday, the Dolphins released Bobby McCain and added cornerback Jason McCourty to the roster. The Miami Marlins, they swept the Diamondbacks. Adam Duvall and Miguel Rojas each had a home run. Milwaukee in town tonight, 7:10 start. Trevor Rogers on the mound for the Fish. The Miami Heat, they welcome the Timberwolves to the AAA. Tip-off scheduled for 8 o'clock. Florida Panthers are finally getting back to the ice this Saturday at the BB&T Center. They welcome Tampa Bay Lightning in for a pair of games, which you just heard on Saturday and Monday to end the regular season and then probably start the playoffs in about a weekish. This Sunday, Inter Miami CF, they welcome the Atlanta United to Dry Pink Stadium. That starts at 1 o'clock, which means Big O, Alex Dono. They'll get you started with the Onside Radio pregame show starting at noon, leading into, of course, the Call of the Game with Chris Whittingham, Thomas Rongan, and Fernando Fiore. You are listening to South Florida's only locally owned sports talk station. You're listening to OnSideRadio.com.
Welcome back to Toasted Sports. To reach out to Toast, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Back to Toasted Sports.
(9:42) Friday morning. Toasted Sports, streaming live on OnSideRadio.com, Twitch, YouTube, all that good stuff. All right, so we do the roundtable here at Onside Radio. We pose a question. Each and every one of us will then answer that question. We will take all those answers, compile them together as a single podcast that will drop at the end of the day. Today's roundtable question. The hype for Mayweather-Paul started yesterday at Hard Rock Stadium. Why don't we go ahead and play that audio? I'm not hearing it.
Come on, let's make it happen. Come on, one night. Got you happy.
You gotta listen.
I knew that would happen.
Oh, yeah. All right, it was all chaos. It was all chaos.
Right now they're chasing him down the corridor that stuck his hat.
This is a fight card led by Jake Paul, while Chad Johnson is on the undercard. Will you pay to watch this so-called fight card on June 6th? Or will you watch it off someone else's dollar? Or will you avoid it overall? Well, this is, first of all, I will not pay a penny for this. All right, just first of all, just think about what if you're going to pay money for this, if you're thinking about buying this pay-per-view, let's just pull all the bull crap to the side, just get the Pauls and all their little theatrics out of the side here, and let's just realize what it is that you're paying money to see. You're paying money to see a bunch of undercard idiots that have never boxed before go at it, like Chad Ochocinco. Yay, great. That'll be thoroughly entertaining. And I love Ochocinco, but please. You are going to be watching, arguably, the greatest boxer of the last 30 years, who has never lost, is going to get in the ring with a dipshit from YouTube. And what do you think is going to happen? Like, honestly, do you legitimately think there is any way that, it's Logan Paul, right? Or is it Jake Paul? It's Logan Paul.
Logan Paul is who he's fighting, but Jake Paul was the one that kind of
pulled the hat off his head. Yes. Jake Paul's the one that just fought Ben Askren or whatever.
Yeah, and by the way, you can
like
get Gotcha hat online right now. It's already being sold.
I mean, do you legit believe that Logan Paul? Like, I don't think he's even going to touch Floyd Mayweather. I believe he will take shots at Floyd Mayweather and he will miss all of them. Like, do you remember how good Floyd? I understand that he hasn't boxed in a few years and he's like, what, 50, 51 or whatever? I don't care. I don't care. Like, yeah, I'm not spending money on that nonsense. I have a buddy that will send me a link and it'll be free. I could see myself clicking on the link and having that on a secondary monitor while I'm playing Call of Duty late on that Saturday night and kind of watch it through my side eye. But I ain't paying a penny for that. No way. No. Not paying a penny for that. And, if someone doesn't send me a link, then I will just avoid it completely. I have zero. Dude, like, listen, boxing is great. MMA is great. I'm not here for these stupid little exhibition things. Like Nate Robinson and Jake Paul. Like, really? Like, y'all going to spend $70 on that? More power to you, man. I wonder, Sean, how many pay-per-view buys do you think this fight gets? You think this fight clears 1 million buys? You think 1 million people pay money for this?
Man,
I don't think there's any way. I don't think there's any way.
Because people want chaos.
There's nothing redeeming on this fight card. There's not a redeeming fight on the card, like a legitimate, like, there's nothing redeeming. There is that one heavyweight fight, but stop. I don't see, like, dude, if they sell 1 million pay-per-views on this thing, that just speaks volumes. Like, if they do 70, 80 million on this thing, get the hell out of here. That's bad. That just speaks badly for humanity. It really does.
I think they will do that just because, I mean, again, 1 million is a lot, so I don't want to say 1 million, but I think they have a good buy rate because, and it's been talked about a lot now, is that Mayweather yesterday said, I'll take them both on in one night.
Listen, you think yesterday wasn't planned? You legit think I think the Paul brothers knew exactly what they were going to do. I'll buy the fact that Mayweather didn't know they were going to take his hat and he was legitimately pissed off.
I think Mayweather knew something was going to happen, didn't know what, so then he reacted the way he reacted, which is what you want in those cases.
Anytime you're doing a press conference with the Paul brothers, something's going to happen. They're a clown show. You're now involved in the clown show.
Jake Paul knew this was going to happen.
Of course he knew it was going to happen.
He's already got as I just said a minute ago, the hats are already on sale. Gotcha hat.
Yeah.
Already on sale. He's already changed his Twitter feed and everything else.
Say what you will. These guys are brilliant at marketing themselves.
Well, Jake Paul is Logan Paul.
Yeah, both of them are just brilliant at marketing themselves. They really are. Just both of these idiots they've done a wonderful job. You got to give them credit. They have carved out a section of the clown show where they are front and center, and they're making millions of dollars off it, and more power to them, that's fine. But I'm not going to take them seriously. Like, I'm not, I'll take them as seriously as I take the Kardashians. They're basically, in my mind, they're sports version of the Kardashians. That they're going to, over the next 10 years, we're going to have Logan and Jake Paul reality TV shows. One of them, I'm sure, will get married in a ceremony that will be on pay-per-view, and it'll be no, absolutely. Like, we are going to be living in their world for the next 10 to 20 years. They are off of YouTube now. It is going mainstream. It's now just not a thing that the kids are into. They are now mainstream. They are the Kardashians ended their show. These guys are stepping right into the void. I'm telling you.
No,
that's exactly
100%.
what it is. It's exactly what it is.
Because now all the MMA guys are talking Jake Paul. You see this happen yesterday.
Masvidal is considering fighting one of them. I saw a quote from him yesterday. I'd consider getting in the ring with Jake.
Yeah, they're money right now.
Exactly. It's a guaranteed $10 million payday for you.
They said Askren made more money than he ever made fighting his whole career in one fight.
If you're Masvidal, if you're a good MMA fighter or boxer, you are guaranteed $10 million to get in the ring with either one of these idiots. How do you? And going in, you're not worried. You think Jorge Masvidal is worried about getting in the ring with either one of them? He's like, dude, I can get $10 million and kick their ass? Sign me up. I will say this.
And that's the thing. You buy the thing hoping they get there.
Well, and that's what I think it is. The only reason why this gets to 1 million pay-per-views is because there is that many people that want to see him get his ass kicked and bloodied by Mayweather. It's the only reason.
But I don't know that Mayweather's that guy. Mayweather's going to stick and move, stick and move, stick and move.
Why do you think they pick these fights? These guys are geniuses about who they're picking to fight. Yeah. Mayweather, how many knockouts did he ever have? He's not a power puncher.
Right? One.
He's not a power puncher. He's not going to hurt. He's not going to hurt. Paul's twice as big as him. He's not going to hurt him. He knows he's going to get peppered by shots, absolutely. But he knows he's not. Listen, bro, he's not offering to throw $10 million at Mike Tyson to get in the ring with him, is he?
No.
Neither one of them are, right? Neither one of them. Yeah. Neither one of them had the balls or are talking about getting in with either Tyson or Holyfield, who wants to fight in his 50s, or Lennox Lewis. None of them are talking about that, are they? No, they're brilliant. They're geniuses. They know exactly. They're staying away with people that could literally hurt them. They are going with the Nate Robinsons, the Ben Askews, who were, no names in MMA. They're going with the best pound-for-pound fighter who never knocked anybody out and is now 50, and you don't have to worry about him busting up your lip because he's just going to pepper you with body shots and jabs. Listen, they're geniuses about this. I can't stand them, but I have to give them some credit. They're not morons. You can call them what you want, but the way they have manipulated the media and everything else is, hats off to them. They have created a cottage industry surrounding the two of them. And all of you would do the exact same things if you had the skills. Because they are swimming in cash.
Most definitely.
Swimming in cash. All right, we got to take a break. That is it for my rant on the Paul brothers. I believe we've got Kai coming in next. Talk a little bit to him, and then get my weekend started. Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
Toasted Sports returns after this.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Toast, and I've been telling you guys all about my buddies over at B&T Windows and Doors. And some of you said, hey, listen, Toast, I'd love to get PGT custom windows and doors installed, but funds are a little tight right now. No problem, bro. Y Green. You can finance it with B&T Windows and Doors through Y Green, so you can still get your PGT custom windows and doors installed. And yeah, you're not going to have to put anything down. It's awesome. That's the way I got mine installed. Call B&T Windows and Doors today. They'll tell you all about Y Green and how to finance your windows. 954-233-0126. That's 954-233-0126.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
BYB Extreme Bare Knuckle Fighting Series presents BYB 5. Saturday, May 15th at the Fair Expo Center at Tamiami Park. Meet Dada 5000. See bare knuckle brawlers fight live in BYB's patented triangle ring. The Trigon. The smallest and most confrontational ring in combat sports. Early action includes slap fights as seen on YouTube. Buy your tickets now at BYBtickets.com for BYB 5. Saturday, May 15th. Doors open at 6 p.m. BYB is proudly sponsored by BMCHam.com. Your choice for gold and silver. BMCHam.com.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. And with daily specials, there is something for everyone. If you're up for a challenge, you should take their famous boot tour. Finish 30 boots of different varieties of German beer, and you'll receive half price on their beer for life. And you'll get to take home your own boot and Checkers Old Munchin t-shirt. They also have outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music, as well as carry-out, curbside pickup, and delivery. So, for the finest German food and beer, get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations at 954-785-7565. That's 954-785-7565. We'll see you at Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach.
At OnSideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
After a couple welcome days off, the Florida Panthers got back to work on Thursday as the team prepares for its final 2 games of the regular season. The Panthers are gearing up for the opening round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it's looking more and more like Florida's opponent will be their cross-state rival from Tampa Bay. Before the postseason arrives, the Cats and Bolts must first face off for a pair of contests in Sunrise to wrap up the regular season schedule. The 2 games against the Lightning still hold some significance, as the outcomes will likely determine who holds home ice advantage in the first-round series. And I don't know about you, but I sure would like the Cats to have Game 1 and Game 7 at the BB&T Center, especially considering this is a franchise that hasn't won a playoff series since 1996. The time off this week came at a great time for Florida, with several key players still working their way back from injuries. That includes Carter Verhaeghe, Sam Bennett, Patrick Hornquist, and Chris Streeter, all of whom are expected to be back in the Panthers lineup before the playoffs arrive.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Oh, yeah, weekend. How are you? It's good to see you. I've been waiting all week for you. I am Toast, getting out of here. My buddy Kai is in here now. He's going to be taking over. How are you, Kai?
I'm doing very well.
I need to ask you a question. You are a big Bayern Munich fan.
Yes.
Your boys are going to go ahead and win themselves a Bundesliga this weekend.
Hopefully.
I saw a report that Lewandowski is going to be leaving.
Yeah,
that they were saying either Chelsea or someone else. I think it was ESPN. I saw a little headline.
It's all horse crap.
Oh, it is? He's going to stay?
Yes.
Okay.
The last time that this was, it's because of his agent, is Pini Zahavi, who's one of the most money-hungry agents in club.
Him and what's his name?
Raiola.
Yeah, Raiola.
They're the 2 most money-hungry agents ever. He tried to force Lewandowski to move to Real Madrid about 2 years ago, and Bayern Munich pretty much told him, fuck no. That's the best way to say it.
Can you imagine if U.S. agents had the power that some of these soccer, imagine if Drew Rosenhaus had the power.
I mean, Drew Rosenhaus has
but he doesn't have the power where he can legitimately he can legitimately tell a team, now you're trading my guy today and you're trading him here. Raiola can do that.
I think the thing, what's crazy with the way that it worked is I think Lewandowski wanted to move at that time to Real Madrid, and Bayern was like, no, that's not happening. And I think if I had to give a prediction today on what's going to inevitably happen, I think Lewandowski is here for another year, and Bayern Munich pays the $80 million release clause for Erling Haaland next season.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's because there's no shot in hell that they let him go without having a backup plan.
Sure. No, absolutely.
It's just not,
absolutely.
That's not what Bayern Munich does, and they're not going to spend money right now because they already spent a crap ton, and Bayern Munich is very on the. I mean, their highest transfer was Luka Hernandez, which was $80 million. I mean, PSG is at what?
Right.
226.
Yep.
So,
All right. I'm getting out of here. Hey, if you're going to go to the Aaron C. Show this week and enjoy yourself, that'll be happening. Blue Angels doing their thing tomorrow and Sunday. So have a great weekend. I will be back here on